Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough and I blog at stampingmom.com. I have a very special card to show you today. Isn't this beautiful? This is an Origami Christmas Tree and it's a fun fold card. So I hope that's why you're here. I also have a special guest with me in the studio today. My dear friend of 30 years, Jean Hickson, is here.
Hi everyone.
Jean, I'm so glad you could be here. Jean is over at my stamping studio all the time when she's not at her real job. And a lot of the things you see on my blog are made by one or both of us or a partnership between us. So we have a lot of fun. In fact, our husbands have decided they're stamping widows. This weekend, we're going to Lansing for On Stage. And our husbands have already made plans to watch a football game and go to a movie. So anyway, here's the card. And if you go to my blog, you can find this PDF is on there. It's free and you can link to it. It will take you actually to my online store. You can order any of the products. And it also has step-by-step instructions. So if you're here watching today, could you tell me you're here and tell us where you're from or say hi to Jean? Do you see anybody on there, Jean? Not yet? Okay. Do you see me on there? Yes, you see me on there. Okay. Do you not?
I
That's right here. Yeah, there I am. You'll have to turn that volume down. Okay, so we're back. Hello, Marceline. I'm so glad you could be here. Marceline just had shoulder surgery, so her stamping has been reduced. Right, Marceline? But she'll be back at it soon. Okay, so what you need to make this card is a piece of garden green cardstock, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored at 4 1/4. Then what I did is I measured down 3 1/4 inches down here and actually cut off the front of the card. Now set this aside, you'll need it later. Hello Pam, I'm glad you could join us. Then with this bottom part, what I did is ran it through the Big Shot with the Pinewood Planks embossing folder. So just put it through and send it through the Big Shot like this. So now the front flap of our card is cute. I was telling everyone the PDF with the supplies and the directions are all here. Hey, Pam is from North Carolina. I'm so glad you're here today. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take a piece of the Tulle Tidings. And this is beautiful paper. You can find it in the 2019 holiday catalog. It's on page 8. And it comes in real red, very vanilla, and garden green. It's beautiful paper. So I have a piece of that. And also a piece of vanilla cardstock. And we're going to center those on the front of the card. Don't worry, we'll get to the folding and the fun part as more people get on. So I'm going to put the very vanilla piece, try to leave a border all the way around that. Oh, Pam, thank you for sharing it. I really appreciate that. Okay, and then we're just going to put this layer butted up to the very vanilla layer, like that. And then in the corner, this is darling. Hello, Cheryl. I'm glad you could join us. This is from the Roses Dies, the new November 2019 suite that's just available while supplies last. This is just so cute that we decided to put this in the corner. And anytime I go to put adhesive on something that has holes in it like this, I use a silicone mat. If you don't have this, you should really get it. If you're putting adhesive on this with paper, underneath here, it would stick to the paper. So the mat really comes in handy. So I'm just going to stick that to the corner. And that is the inside of the card. It's done. So now for the front, this is the piece we cut off earlier. It's going to go like this. And again, I'm going to leave a border about the same amount all the way around. Now, the biggest mistake you can make on this is put adhesive over the whole thing and then glue your card shut. So don't do that. Thank you for the hearts. Wow, that makes me really happy. Jean, have you found anyone to chat with over there?
Not yet. Just sitting watching.
Yeah, if you have any questions, ask Jean, because she is online ready to answer the questions. She's made several of these. Okay, so I put the green on there again, just with the adhesive on the bottom, so it opens up this way. Then I took a piece of very vanilla cardstock, measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Again, all these measurements are in the PDF that's on my blog. I ran this through the Woodlands embossing folder. Isn't this beautiful? It's a super popular folder. If you don't have that, you should get it. And then I'm just going to put adhesive on the back of that. And I'm going to center that on here. Who thinks Jean should be here every week? She doesn't need her big important job running a department at Principal Financial Group. She should just come here on Wednesdays and we could do the Facebook Lives together. We've had Marceline over here for some of the Facebook Lives too. It's fun. Okay, now we're going to do the tree trunk. This is Early Espresso, and it measures 3/4 of an inch by 1 inch. And again, I ran it through that same pine wood planks embossing folder. And I'm going to put this near the bottom of the card. Okay, then we need to add the tree. Voila! So what you're here for is to find out how to make this, right? So what you need is 4 squares, and they measure 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, and 3. And it's actually easiest if you start with the bigger one. So you're going to take your square and you're just simply going to match the corners up and fold it in half. Super helpful if you have a bone folder for this too. Here's my bone folder. And then you're going to fold it in half the other way. Who thinks Jean should be over here on camera instead of on the computer? I've asked her to before and she's always told me no, so maybe you guys can talk her into it. Okay, so I folded it in half in both directions. Now I'm going to fold it diagonally. And you're going to do that in both directions. So here it is one way. Now fold it diagonally the other way. My youngest son, Keegan, is 19. He is a software engineer at Iowa State, student, and he loved origami as a kid. So I should really send one of these to him because he was always folding origami, and he would think it's pretty cool that his mom is now doing origami. Okay, so now that we have it folded in both directions in half and in both directions diagonally, open it up and hold it so like it's a square in front of you. You don't want to hold it like a diamond. You want to hold it like a square. And there's 4 triangles. And you're going to press the side 2 in, and the front and back are going to come together to make a triangle. Now, when I was practicing earlier, I kept calling this a diamond. And then Jean would say, otherwise known as a triangle. It was funny. But I called it a triangle this time, yay. So do you see how that goes? You have the square, and if you were just doing the diagonal sections, you're scooching in the middle parts. Do you think that's clear, Jean?
I think, yeah.
It's clear. It's clear to Jean because she's made lots of these. Okay, now there's a center line that we already creased down the center of the triangle. And there's 2 layers to this triangle. We're just going to take the front layer, and I'm going to put my finger up at the point, and I'm just going to fold this along that center line and crease it with my bone folder. And now do the other side the same way. Isn't that fun? I just love this card. I hope you'll make it. It would be fun if you would make it and actually post a picture on here. So this is how it goes. Now you do the same thing to all 4 of your squares. So another thing you can do, one of my blog readers suggested you could cut these squares out with the scalloped squares if you want a roughly edge. So you could use these scallop squares and cut out squares similar to the 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3 inch. And then when you do your Christmas tree, it has a roughly edge instead of the straight edge. So you could do it either way, which is pretty fun. So now I'm going to show you how to put this together. It doesn't matter if you start with the big one or the little one. And you can use any strong adhesive that you like. We decided it worked well just to use a glue gun. So what I'm going to do is open up the smaller piece, just squirt some glue in there, take the bigger piece, and then decide about how far down I want it. You really just eyeball it. And the important thing is that your tree fits on your cardstock. So you need to overlap them enough that that happens. Now you do the same thing and you add the other layers, and this is what you end up with. Now I like these pieces to lay flat. So I put these together last night and I laid it down. And then I got out my Autumn Pinch Me Therapy dough and set it on top and just let that sit all night long so that it stayed down well. You probably don't have to have it sit all night long, but it is nice. What do you think, Jean? How long did you hold yours down?
A while.
A while.
I put a book on it.
She put a book on it. I don't know why she didn't use therapy dough. This cracks me up. It says, not a food, do not eat. But it's for stress. It's like adults. You can play with the Play-Doh. But anyway. So here's my Christmas tree. And I am going to use snail. Actually, I'm going to use a hot glue gun just because the tree is pretty thick and heavy. Did you use a hot glue gun on yours to put the tree on, Jean?
I did not, but that's a good idea.
Okay. Well, I just thought, and then just center it up so it's on here good. Isn't that cute? I just think it's adorable. Then we're going to take our paper piercer and put a star on the top. This fell on the floor and fell off the sheet. But these are the cute, let me see what the real title is. Star Designer Element in copper. Looks super cute. It's also in the catalog, in the holiday catalog. And you can put that right on the top of your tree. So what do you think? Do you like them? Please send me a heart if you like them. Do you have any questions? Jean would love to answer your questions. Here, I'll put the red one in here too. What do you like better? Do you like the red one or do you like the green ones? Thank you for the hearts. Well, I am here every Wednesday doing crafting fun with Stamping Mom at noon. I would love it if you come back. I'd love it if you'd share my video. This video will eventually be on YouTube also. I take my Facebook Lives from Wednesday and load them onto YouTube. And like I said, if you want to see all the supplies and all the directions, go to my blog, stampingmom.com, and it's probably the second post. I think it was posted yesterday or the day before. And just click on the PDF and print that out. So if you make the card, go ahead and post it. Do you have anything to add, Jean?
think you did great.
Well, it was fun having Jean here. Hopefully she'll join me again soon. And I really appreciate your time and would love to see your cards. So please post them down below in the comments. Thanks so much. Have a great day. And if you're going to Lansing, come find us. You know, my husband Steve likes to make fudge, and we have a fudge box treat that we'll be giving out in Lansing. So come say hi to Jean and I. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.